Everyone loves some juicy SY softball hecky. It will only happen on Chronicles with Hank. Everyone's waiting for the next episode. It will only happen when we are in the car. Carpool Chronicles, Carpool Chronicles, Carpool Chronicles, Carpool Chronicles.
Hank first pitch to me, 8-3, over, Hank to work.
And welcome back to episode 11 of the Chronicles. We've grown. And Hank, you and Edmund, who is once again in his third episode, already considered a co-host at this point.
I love this show. I got to...
Can't get enough, huh?
As much screen time as I can.
And last episode, you guys broke some records, some personal records, and you also hurt some feelings. And, I was here for it. I loved it. I appreciate you guys doing the show without me. And now, the show must go on. And now Hank, as you see, he's remaining silent right now, who's not a fan of recording today, by the way. And I hope you're going to see it in this performance. But because we have the opportunity to have the behemoth of Hebrew Hammer himself, see his legs popping out.
Show the legs,
and
Keep the legs up.
I can't really move.
Show your legs, show your legs.
I cannot move. I'm locked.
And then because we have the man with the second to largest legs and derriere in probably the community in Yogi Casson, we had to hit record. And
which part of his legs, by the way? The back part?
Was that your attempt at humor? Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Okay, anyway, today is going to be a really interesting episode. We have Yogi, who is catching in the big playoff series tomorrow, game 1, right?
That's right.
And then we have JD, who is the man in charge. Him and Mordy Chrem are running the BKS, on their rise. As we all know the history, we spoke about it in the last few episodes. And then the Phenom, who's coming off his fame from his Stratton Oakmont disaster and last night's rain out from the M&S, which was a little bit of a bummer. But here we are, a lot to talk about. And I'm going to hand the microphone over for a moment to Hank to set the stage. But before I do, this episode is brought to you by Bracelets and Bands. Now, Jack Rubin BB, who is the head of creative on this, on this journey with us in the Chronicles, just want to show you they made a custom Sam I Am Productions pin.
That's crazy.
Unbelievable.
It really, and this is made out of lab-grown diamonds. Like, it's no joke, this thing. I love it. He does customized jewelry pieces. I already know, thank God a lot of the players are already calling Jack Rubin, and a bunch of sales were made. A lot of wives are happy. And without further ado, Hank, I want you to start this episode off after this 2.5-minute intro of me talking nonsense to tell us to take this to the first topic. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So, obviously, this show has been blowing up. 10 episodes in, we are all over the place. I'm getting calls and texts from the most random people that I haven't spoken to in years, singing to me the jingle. Literally singing to me the jingle on voice notes. These people are like addicted and they need more content. And obviously you see our guests in the back. A lot of guys are chomping on the bit to be guests as well. We're getting requests from guys like Mo Haber, veterans in every single league. And now we have a partial commissioner in the BKS league. Is that a good description?
What is your title, JD?
What is your title?
Yeah, I go by commissioner. Me, Jackie, and Mordy.
No. There can't be 3 commissioners.
Yeah,
what is
3.
your title?
Commissioner.
The 3-headed monster.
So I guess a co-commissioner of the newly revitalized BKS league, and obviously you want to get onto a show that's busting at its seams to get your name out there. So welcome to the show, JD, and we're going to try to spotlight a lot of the different parts of your league that are
I would say unknown to the masses.
Okay.
And I'm telling you because I'm obviously paying close attention, as it's one of my former children, that league, and now I handed it off, and now it's in a good place. I'm very happy to see that. But there's a lot of things that he incorporated, and JD at the forefront, aka the Hammer, and Mordy Chrem also there, and obviously Jackie Shweckey as like that backbone, like that core three, really turning into what it is, like you said. I think we should just allow the Hammer to riff right now, and I'll give him the spotlight. Let's hear what he's got. Don't bore the audience, because they will tune out, and I will see that on the YouTube analytic page. So go ahead, start
from 2024 and the rise into 2025.
Sure.
Give us everything.
I played in BKS, or the former version of BKS, starting in 2019. Sam was running it back then.
MSB.
MSB.
You were there 2019? Oh, that's when you started.
Yeah, first year.
Okay.
First year. No, I didn't get rookie year. I got like runner-up or whatever. Yeah, so we did that, and after mid-2023, right, there was a buyout, change of ownership, affected the whole league, right? Some guys went to YMSL, some guys stopped playing completely, but the league was definitely affected.
Raise your voice a little bit, please.
Sorry, okay.
Yeah,
2024 registration comes around. I'm just a player, right? I don't have ownership. I'm not making any money. Actually, to this day,
Fun
by
fact,
the
you
way,
tried getting into YMSL. 2024.
Well,
we won't talk about that.
wait, we're gonna get to JD's
No, but that makes,
YMSL.
it even better, because you're trying to get into the other league, and look what you become in the league that you stayed in. So.
yeah. So I was actually trying to get into YMSL for many years, many years, probably 4 or 5
Didn't
years.
you have a YMSL stint?
I did. It didn't go so well, and that was the end of it.
Let's spotlight that a little later.
Yeah.
But I left I had a stint in YMSL in 23, about that same time as the buyout of our league. Then I came back. I didn't get accepted in 24, so I had to go back to the Brooklyn League, which was embarrassing because I just left the Brooklyn League to play in YMSL for that stint. So it was very embarrassing. Everyone was calling me traitor.
I do remember that.
Yeah, it was
You were
bad.
getting a lot of.
Well, you also did
a lot of
decide to play as a sub for a different team instead of playing on a playoff game, in a playoff game for the team that you actually took and helped carry, Joe Who, right? The undefeated team.
Yeah.
And you guys ended up winning that league that year, undefeated season. I think Whamma was the captain, but that was part of the egg on your face, and that was part of where the sourness came from. So I'm going to allow you the opportunity to clear your name on that one. But still, Yogi, pay attention. But still, I also want you to really touch upon, like Hank said, the rise.
Yeah, I'll get there, definitely. Yeah, I don't know where to go first. Let me tell you, like this, 2024 came in. I'm still a player. I'm looking for a place to play. It's either YMSL or BKS. And then YMSL rejects me. I have to go back to BKS. So now BKS still amid a transition of ownership, and there's a lot of details that weren't fine crafted in comparison to any other league at that time. And a lot of the players weren't happy. And I remember registration. I remember it was like a month before registration, and there was only 20 players signed up. BKS, March 2024, I think it was 20 players. And I was just another player, and I found that out, and that's when I said I got to go into overdrive myself because I want a place to play. It was personal for me. I wanted a place to play, and I said I want to provide something for Brooklyn, the Brooklyn community. I think there's way more of a desire and a market for softball in Brooklyn than Deal, but it's a shame the best product's in Deal. So let's try to make a product in Brooklyn.
More than half of YMSL drives.
It is. I did. One time did the math. I would say about 65-70%. At least when I did this.
Really?
When I did this
That much?
case study, everyone was driving in from New York. But one thing you can't compete with, and I'd done this as the commissioner of that league, before you, is the fields are the fields. And as much as you could try to get permits for, all these better fields, there's literally, in some instances, a 20-year waiting list. And even if you put your name on that waiting list, you can get muscled out. I remember, like, the Marine Park fields, I had my name on that list, and the Italian leagues basically called me up because they saw my name. They said, you ain't getting these fields. These are our fields for 30-plus years, and you're not
And
getting
those
them.
fields suck anyway.
And they're not even good. I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll just stay in Canarsie.
Plus the mush ball.
Yeah, plus the mush ball. There's differences, and I will tell you what you've crafted the league to become, because when I was there, Hammer, I tried to be like a competitor. I tried to be like upper echelon, and I tried to be like, you know what, I'm going to start farming talent from all different angles of the tri-state area. I was getting Lakewood guys. This is before these types were playing in YMSL, by the way. Getting guys from all around, from the 5 towns, and Hank knows them all. You played with them in some instances. So, like, what you did, you had to have a rebirth, and it was not easy. I would say what you did and what your team did was probably harder than what I did, and I'm giving you a lot of credit because where you were and what the place and the mental, capacity, the mental what that everyone was thinking of at the time of the league, it wasn't easy for you to pull off what you pulled off. So now, yeah, go ahead, back to you.
Yeah, definitely not. It was definitely hard, and right. I remember March 2024. We were looking to start in April, and we only had 20 guys on the signed up. That's what I was saying. At that point, I was still a player, and I just said, let me just start reaching out to every single person I know. I ended up making Excel sheets, reaching out to 100 people, and I even offered people to play for free on Jackie's dime in Jackie's place. He didn't like that at all. But it was just a certain player. I wanted to have a certain level of talent, so guys.
Who did you offer to play for free?
I offered a lot of guys, actually.
Give me names.
Stephen Gindi.
I think Bernie, right?
Sefaradi. I even offered like guys that weren't the top tier guys back then. Even guys like Richie Ayala. I even offered. I think Jacob Ayala I offered free just to
Stephen
get
and Joe
get a
didn't play.
shortstop.
They didn't play in 2024, right?
No, they did not play. We lost a lot of those key guys, but
Yeah.
2024 was more of a rebuild year. We ended up with 60.
I feel like you went very young also. Like a lot of guys in high school are playing,
Yeah,
right?
this year. So this year
Guys
is a
are
whole
ditching
different
school to
scenario.
play, right?
25 is a whole different scenario, but I'm just going to talk about 24 for a minute because
Okay.
that's a big part. That was our rebuild year. That was our year where the league didn't have trophies, the league didn't have an updated website, the league didn't have an Instagram account. So we started all that. And we made it good. We made it to the point where guys want to tune in, they want to watch.
What you guys did with the media, it was a tremendous thing. You actually took a different spin of what I was doing, but I love it. I love you. You really revitalized the YouTube Shorts as something where it became like something that everyone wanted to see. I love it. And also talk about those cards.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
1 second before that, the highlights.
Yes.
I've been seeing coming up on my YouTube feed.
Yeah. Recommended, right?
Yeah, I'm seeing full live games. Now, me as a consumer from a different city in a different league, I don't want to see full games. I want to see highlights.
Mm-hmm.
Where was that from you guys this year?
Oh, we had plenty of that. of that.
But you only had like
They used the live.
We had something called YouTube Shorts.
YouTube Shorts is not. It doesn't do the
That's
trick for
every
me. I
single
want to
highlight.
see a full game.
No,
highlight.
that's it. Improve, bigger and better. That's
What
it.
you're saying is you want to see a Sam
I want to
Sun
see a game.
production
I want
of
to see
a
a
game
condensed,
that's cut to just
not a
the
condensed
highlights with the
game, not
scores.
even a condensed game. Give me a recap. Give me all the scoring plays. Give me the best plays of each game. What Sam does in M&S. That's what I want.
Yeah, I like that.
Do that in the playoffs.
Yeah, playoffs. I definitely think we're going to spruce up this year and do something different. But
You don't have to have a guy announcing it.
No, you do. You do.
I was
You do.
going to ask.
You do.
I was going to ask you.
You
if
could
you're
ask me.
available. Yeah.
Give me the nights. Give me the. I'll tell you if I'm available. If I'm available, I'll be more than happy to.
Yeah. So
I don't come cheap, by the way.
I'm sure.
No.
No, you come. I'm sure. I saw you doing things for the high school, right? YMA.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, that was good stuff. You like that?
Yeah, very cool. So 24 was our rebuild year, and then 24 we had the World Series event, which I thought was a very big thing for us. We got an ice cream truck for the World Series
Do you
event.
really think the league got revitalized because of an ice cream truck?
I don't think it got
Like
revitalized.
I saw that on your sheet. I'm like, why is he even mentioning an ice cream truck?
because it brought families to the event, and I was going to get to my next point. Was I wanted to create a hype atmosphere where people want to see what's going on and they want to attend. So that's actually what I'm working on now for this year's World Series, but we'll get to that.
Maybe
What?
maybe an ice cream truck. Bring an ice cream truck.
So this year I actually hired a DJ.
You know what you should do? You should do a food truck.
So
That's what
where
you
is the World Series?
The World Series I'm hoping to get M&S Park, but obviously we don't have a date yet, so we can't arrange it. We can't.
By the way, there are more than one. There's a few people asking for M&S Park right now. So it all comes through. The buck stops here. I cannot reveal.
YMSL.
I cannot reveal what's going on. I cannot reveal.
All right. But yeah, so that was 24, and that really set us up for a banger 25.
A
So,
banger.
Yeah, it was great. 25, our registration, we ended up with 84 guys, and then we had an additional wait list of people that couldn't get on.
When did they
because
sign
there's
up?
not enough room.
When did those guys sign up? The waitlist guys. After the season started?
No, there was some before and some after. Combination.
So there were literally guys that you turned down from
Correct.
registration because
Correct.
you were overflowed.
That
BKS.
is the
That's
greatest
incredible.
feeling ever. By the way.
That's really incredible.
It's not a good feeling though, because you don't want anyone to feel left out.
So what you do is you create the waiting list and you say, listen, now you know
You don't want
next
to feel
year.
like a hypocrite.
Correct.
Not
yeah, but I'm
hypocrite.
gonna do things differently because I care more about
The community.
doing what's best and camaraderie, and I wouldn't leave a guy left out for 5 years.
It's just
I would say
stand-up
my
guy.
personal situation, YMSL, it's inexcusable.
You know what? Get to it. Get to it. Right now, get to it. Yogi, pay attention. Get to it.
whatever. I would say I've got the same copy and pasted rejection.
What happened? What did that say? Show it to me. Do you still have it on your phone?
Hammer, the stats that you put up in the past 10 years, what is it, 6-7 years, are very impressive stats. I feel like the YMSL looked at you and said, another slugging first baseman, we don't need that.
Save on light, we
I
don't
think
want
they
it.
even got
We
that
already
far.
have all these older guys transitioning to first base. Hank just joined. Hedge. That's what I think their mindset. If you were a slick fielding second baseman, I think you would get it.
Is what it is.
First base is a tough position.
First base is tough.
In the YMSL league.
Whatever. It fueled me to do BKS, so I'm happy about it. What happens in the future?
Say the rejection letter. Let us hear
It was
it.
a rejection
It's
letter.
a long. No, I gotta pull it out, Hedge. But,
Pull it out. Oh.
not important.
Don't pull it out.
Not important. Whatever.
We protect
Whatever. You
no
get the
one,
idea.
sure.
But the point is, I wouldn't think that's fair. Like I would do it in an orderly fashion
Do
to
it,
be
sure.
respectable to everyone, and still upkeep with
What
talent.
would you like? I'm just devil's advocate. What would you like him or anybody in that situation to do? I mean, there's
I think-
96 players.
Yeah.
He's got to cater to the people who have been in the league.
Oh, Yogi's the hired gun talking.
No, I'm just
That's
asking.
the hired
No,
gun.
Can I just say, I
Devil's
was
advocate.
in this position about 6 years ago, where I was being rejected. I was even rejected from M&S for 3 years until
Shut
Hank,
your mouth.
Until Hank
Wow.
had to say, "Why is Yogi not in M&S?"
That's not true,
Let's
by the
go.
way.
It's
That is not
100%
true.
I 100%
It's
hooked you up. I 100% hooked them up.
So you've done it,
Full
and
credit.
to make like
Come
it's
on,
one
I'll
league that
tell
does
you the
it.
truth. I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I have not done it, and I will tell you, I am full disclosure, and I don't hide anything.
Okay.
You sign up, you're in. If you
Yes.
sign up and you pay,
It's BS.
you're for sure in.
Oh yeah.
Simple as that.
That's what I tell guys,
Sam,
by the way.
Is that
I
true?
tell guys,
Sam,
hey,
I've signed
Really?
up
You want-
M&S.
you
Someone
want-
signs up a month before.
100%. You
Pays
guys-
is in no matter
you
what.
guys don't know Sam.
That's
gotta
fine.
send him-
That's
He's
fine.
not
Hey,
sending you back money.
Did you request for me to be an M&S? Did that happen?
100%.
Okay.
Yes,
I don't
pushed-
think any
I pushed-
20-year-old
I pushed
End of
it.
story. And that's what
100%
happens in every league. You cannot blame.
I'll tell you
one
what,
league
no,
over the other.
honestly, and I'm going to defend YMSL for
By the
a
way,
minute.
I want to say something.
Yes.
I'll have my response
In 2018, Sam did an unbelievable thing. First of all, we had a team that came in pre the draft. That
Hillel.
was
Hillel.
the Hillel team.
Yep.
Then we had an opened registration, meaning if you had 120 guys registered, the captains got to pick from all those players.
It was open pool.
It was an open pool,
And that was-
whoever didn't get drafted
and-
was out.
And let me tell you something.
That's it.
That
It
was
open pool.
beautiful.
It's an open pool. It's
Hank
an
was
open pool.
taken in the
I was
12th
taken
round.
in the 12th round,
Wow.
and post, P.S. I won the MVP that year. But
Humble brag.
whatever.
What year was
2018.
this? I'm in for an open draft.
So now I'll tell you, I made
Obviously,
more.
because you're being taken in the first round.
I made
The guy-
more. No, I'm not on
the
the
Ray
truth.
Esses's of the world. Shout out to you, Ray Esses. Would not love that.
No, I'll tell you the truth. I made more enemies that year than I've ever made. How dare you? And I'm like, what do you mean? It's not me. It's the captains. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
I'm giving you the opportunity to be picked.
Exactly. That takes you off the hook.
I would think, but they still, at the end of the day, blame me. How could you? How could I have loyalty? Now this year,
This year you got killed by a couple of guys.
You're talking
You
about
were
I
rejection?
know a
insulted.
couple of guys too. That
No
that's what
invitation.
you're talking about?
you know what? I didn't give invitations this year. I started off with a few to the captains and to maybe some others that were like involved, but it got out. So again, we're not rehashing this year's
I disagree with
registration.
that, too. He definitely sent the
We're not rehashing that?
No, it went out to like 15, 20 people, including the captains.
And,
Okay.
and the defending champion.
And
Whatever.
defending
I think
champions.
there's a way to do things and a way not to do things. And my
But
opinion
let's
is
get back to this thing for
Whatever.
one more second. 96 players in the league. Obviously, we know Hank is better than a few guys in the YMSL, if not more.
him. He's better than
You
everyone.
know, the
Oh, me?
hammering
Okay.
hammer, but there's definitely what's it called? People who've been in the league that you gotta
Seniority.
Correct.
There you go.
But what about the 18-year-olds that get accepted first try? What about the 18-year-olds?
Those are the guys that were
our
coached in
numbers?
Hillel and that they're grooming to be the spot. That's what it is.
100%. By the way.
I don't want to name.
If
them.
you were in Hillel, you would get into this league.
Hammer.
Yogi, that is
Hammer.
a problem, by the way.
What?
The Hillel
don't
guys
think
get
it's a problem.
presents.
It's
Yeah, it's
No, it's a
not
problem.
talented guys.
It's a problem.
Politics getting.
It's not about
involved.
talent.
It's
It's not about talent.
It's a
Yogi,
problem.
it's not about talent. Because they will turn
There was a
away.
couple of duds that came into the league this year that shouldn't have been.
Bro, I'm
Yeah, but they were
26.
Hillel
I've been
kids.
Go
applying
for
my
that. Go
team.
for it. Name it. I don't know.
No, there's no need to name
I'm not
people.
going to name a kid that's a scrub. Why would I do that?
Nah, there's no.
No, but at the
there's
end
no
of the
need
day,
for that.
there is a precedence for the Hillel product because their deal. But I'll tell you one thing
It's
that's good
100%
about that.
true. You can't deny
You
that.
can't do that when.
But no, I will tell you what's good about that. I will tell you what's good about that though. And as a commissioner perspective, and I do this also in the summer, You want the local kids, the kids that are not driving, and the kids that have no responsibilities but softball.
That's true.
That are living in Deal.
You know what?
You want kids
Hammer,
that
that-
are going to live and breathe the
That's
league.
not what they
Yeah,
want. They want
Hammer, that was your
in the league.
point. You're building the Brooklyn community. They're building the Deal community. YMSL is a Deal league at the end of the day.
It's not even Deal community. You want people who are going to live
Right,
and
but they're
breathe
not kicking out
their
Brooklyn guys
brand.
to take those deal kids. They're not.
Okay.
They're rejecting
Yeah,
other deal
Yogi,
kids
that
to
could
take
be a
those deal
reason.
kids.
What? They want
They
people
want
who
guys-
live and breathe the brand.
That's fair. That's a
It's
fair.
YMSL brand.
That's
I don't know,
fair. I mean,
debatable, but-
yeah. I mean,
End of the day, we don't
there's
know
a
what's
little bit of a
going on.
bias towards
Just
Hillel,
my
but let's move on.
perspective.
We have no clue what's going on, right? End of the day. End of the day, they're
Sammy
run by
Saroui is
DSN.
from Hillel or
I'm sure
from where?
DSN tells
Sammy
you.
He's
Saroui
not,
is
but he's going
in
to
a-
two next year.
Sammy Saroui is an elite talent
Doesn't matter.
that
He's going to
after
next year.
2 years of playing at M&S and after a few years of being at these tournaments and
People
being a
who live and
star,
breathe the brand.
no, disagree. Because he's definitely not qualified as a live and breathe the brand. He's live and breathe softball. That's a very big difference. Very big difference. And there are many guys that fall into that bucket that live and breathe softball that should be involved. But like you said, space is at a premium, and maybe they should have some sort of raffle to be a part of for 10 spots. No, keep that to me.
It's not
That
a bad idea.
I thought of this idea for M&S
Who
this
you
year.
taking the 10 spots, meaning that 10 spots are coming from
We
someone.
keep you keep the premium, you keep the OGs.
Right.
But you leave a 10-spot opening every year for registration and have 50 guys join the raffle for those 10 spots. I thought about it for this year M&S, and I think I'm going to do it next year.
That's interesting.
Because now everyone does have an equal opportunity. And you're only in the raffle if you're a newcomer. But you're right, I'm giving seniority to the seniority. They're still getting first opportunity. So I think it's a good idea. Something we should take into consideration going forward. But yeah, Hammer, more about your... enough about your anger and about your, disgust.
I didn't bring it up, but I'm over it. But you know what? Can I take a minute? I want to give you guys a gift. Can I do that now?
A gift.
A gift
Yes.
A gift or a
to
gift?
us.
I had a special gift for each
I
of
didn't
you.
come with anything.
Each of you. I want to give it to you now.
Just
Is it
waiting for
okay?
the host.
Let's see what you got.
There you go for each.
What
of you.
the-
Is
This
it gonna
one
be a
says Hank
card?
on it, and this one says Sam on it.
Sam. Well, there's actually a gift for me.
Yeah, for each of you. I know Hank's gonna be a little
Okay.
tough with you driving if you want Sam to do.
Time out. Hey,
Just be careful.
he doesn't drive.
He doesn't drive.
Let me tell you something about Hammer right now. He definitely knows how to pull the strings of my heart.
Do you think? Okay, it's cards.
It's trading cards.
Trading cards.
Wow.
It's going to lead into the cards, by the way, and I'll tell you why it's important. Because I know that they're doing this in Deal, but from what I was told, these cards are premium. Primo.
Do you
Yeah,
think this is
real deal.
a Hank Ballbuster card?
Show him the pack.
I'll be very excited at
That's
this.
the pack.
So you get a... First of all, this is gorgeous. You get it. It comes in this beautiful hologrammed, the logo. It says BKS. By the way, we'll talk about the sponsorship that BKS is doing for M&S this year on the hats. They actually arrived. I got the notification, the UPS notification today. They arrived at my front door. So
Really good quality. I'm excited about
this
this.
is HL. Wow,
Very
it comes in
special
a...
made
Oh my goodness.
just for you.
This is unbelievable.
So you're
Yes,
Yeah.
it's me.
It's me
Where's my
too.
jersey? I didn't wear a jersey then.
I
No,
guess
this is...
not. I don't know, but that's a dual auto card.
Oh,
if you
I
know.
love it.
It's-
I'm going to show the...
Yeah,
see
it says
these cards?
Carpool Chronicles on
This
it.
is all Hank
And
cards?
it's got both of them.
He's got a 6'8" card.
Hank got his own BKS card with his BKS career stats on the back. Yeah.
Okay, so I should give one of these to Hank, no?
Yeah, so that's a dual. It's one for each of you there.
Yeah, so-
that's Chrome. That's
Fun
Sam
fact.
on the box. Yeah, there's one for Hank in there. Cool.
Yeah,
there it
it's-
is.
Wow, that's
Fun fact, in this at bat, I think I hit a homer.
fun fact. No one believes you. Okay, let me show the audience what this is. This is a special Carpool Chronicles card with both
Sick. I love
Hank and I wearing the Oho shades. By the way,
Yep.
this segment is brought to you by the Ohos. Use promo code SAM20 or Max20, not for Max Sutton, Max Udid, on the ohos.com, and you can get the gorgeous, polarized, perfect for the season, beach weather and softball weather as always, and absolutely fantastic. We love you, Ohos. But let's go back to this for a minute. This is amazing. It says Carpool Chronicles. We both have to sign each other's cards, by the way, because
Yeah.
there's dual autograph spots for these cards. And in the back it says, I don't know, Hank Dweck and Sam Sutton are two of the most influential figures in the local softball scene, not just for what they bring on the field, I bring nothing on the field, by the way, but for how they elevate the entire community around it. Hank is widely regarded as the biggest schmuck and asshole, as regarded as one of the most feared hitters in the game, consistently dominating at the plate across every league he joins. But his impact goes far beyond the batter's box. As co-creator and co-host of the Carpool Chronicles podcast
I'm
series,
blushing.
Hank brings humor, insight, and the heart of every episode, helping build a strong connection among players and fans throughout the community. Should I read mine? I'm not reading mine.
It's
I'm not
a
going to read
paragraph
mine.
for each guy.
I'm not reading mine. Like you were blushing. I blushed even more when I read mine just now.
blushed.
Anyway, Hank, I'm giving you
Hammer,
your
thank you
winners.
very much.
But I'm not giving it to you yet. I'm going to bring a Sharpie. We're both going to sign our cards. Hammer, this is an unbelievable gift, and I absolutely love it. And by the way, I would like to incorporate this into M&S this
I
year.
love how you always third. YMSL did it, and they did it. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Why are you waking up now?
And YMSL didn't do this. But
Let me tell you something.
How long have you been around for?
Let me tell you something
M&S
about-
League's been around since 2008. Where have you been?
So let me tell you something. I like to wait and to see and then to perfect. And one thing I will tell you is I am more innovative.
You're like Apple.
No, I wait, I see, I perfect. But I also want to tell you something. M&S definitely does things before everyone else does things in general, overall. And then people like to, often imitated, never replicated. And I'm okay with that. It's no problem. But in this regard, I saw what the YMSL did. Love it, by the way. Great, the series. But then I saw what Hammer did with these. And these are, I'm sorry to say, these are just higher quality goods. It is what it is. It's gorgeous.
100%. This especially.
This is special. This is like ridiculous. I would like to incorporate this for the Players of the Week. I will allow it to be sponsored also. So if anyone you at home wants to sponsor the Player of the Weeks this year for their own special cards, that the way the Brooklyn League did it, please hit me up. The sponsor line is always available, as
I
you
don't
know.
know, Yogi. I think they did a better job than YMSL.
These are chrome holographic cards,
these-
not just paper. So it's a
this
little thicker
packaging's
material, nicer
phenomenal.
material. Yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoy
I'm
it.
not involved in
I'm not involved in cards. I'm not a huge cards. I'm
It's a
not a huge
mocap
cards
thing.
guy
It's a
either.
mocap thing.
Okay.
But a card that has me on it, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's about it.
Hank
I
just
don't care
ordered,
about
by
you.
the way, as we were talking, and as I was reading his bio, Hank was on Instacart getting,
a Mark Cohen.
no, I was going to say getting lotion and Kleenex.
Why even make that joke?
It wasn't a joke. It wasn't
It's
a
a
joke.
it's a kid show.
No, that's the beauty of the Chronicles. It's not a kid's show.
a kid's
If you look at, I am privy to the demographic breakdown of who watches this show, which is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
I can show it to you. The average age of who watches this show is between the ages of 25 and 34. Okay, no, Yogi, not 69. Between 25 and 34, and it's 94% male. So
Okay.
our viewing audience is a sausage fest, as they say. Edmund, you all right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened?
It's bananas.
You missed. Oh, it's a banana fest, I should say.
Oh, Banana Fest.
Yeah, not in the context that you're thinking, Ed.
Oh.
Anywho, back to your Brooklyn, and you know what? Now that we talked about the league and you know where it's at, and it's in a very good place. There's a lot of good players.
Let's talk about playoffs.
It's all about playoffs.
Yeah.
We have 2 playoff series to get to. Hammer, you choose a playoff series or something you want to highlight. Pick one, spotlight it, and then we're going to give it to Yogi because he's actually a part of a big series tomorrow.
All right. Well, there's really only 2 matchups for us going on right now. We have a 4v5 matchup, and then the winner of that, the winner of the 4v5 matchup goes on to face the number 1 seed, Mark.
Okay, so that's the same format that we have.
Yeah, same
You guys
exact.
have 7 teams or
7 teams. Yeah. So
Okay.
5 teams made the playoffs.
Okay, 5 out
And,
of 7.
the 1 faces the 4v5, and then the 2 face the 3. So we know the 2 face the 3. I guess I'll talk about that first. The 2v3. The number 2 seed is Kai Pera. That's Mordy's team. That's a great team. That's got-
Sasson won the MVP, I saw.
Yeah. We just announced Isaac Sasson won the MVP this year.
Congrats.
To him.
Oh, shout out to your boy,
Who's that?
Kurtz.
Kurtz. Yeah, Kurtz is on that
Oh,
team
Teddy
as well.
Kurtz?
He was the Rookie of the Year nominee. We didn't announce that yet.
But he did get a bathing suit this past week.
Yes, he was voted. Very controversial vote for the bathing suit award of the week.
Well, that's JoJo Cohen thing, right?
Yeah, so one of our players came to us and he said, and he has JoJo Cohen, he has a swimsuit company. He said, I want to gift 1 swimsuit to the best player of the week. So
He
that-
announced the same thing for M&S, by the way.
Yeah, so I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. So
Why is that a sponsor?
it's been a great, very hype thing, and it's keeping the guys.
Sponsor.
I don't know. What is it?
Very smart, by the way. Hank sometimes has good things to say.
He is a sponsor.
Sometimes when you look at me
Wait,
like
is
that,
it?
No, that's
I'm waiting for you to shit.
no, that's a good thing. That was a good one. That was a good
Good,
one.
okay, fine.
Whoa.
Good.
But yeah, JoJo's been great, and yeah, all the guys have been able to redeem their free bathing suits, and it's a nice material. It's a great bathing suit. It's like a $70.
The kid went
MSRP
3 for
thing.
7. How did he win Player of the Week? Can you explain it to me?
He texted
Mark
every
is right
single
about
man.
this.
He gamed the system.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
And it
texted
wasn't
every
him.
single
It was,
guy.
let me take it behind the curtain right now. I got a text and I'm about to break some news, and I'm about to rattle the earth in the cage of the BKS universe. I get a text from Kurtz's cousin, Ralph Whamma Shamma, and saying, I need you to help game the system and help this kid, my cousin, by the way, so it's an inside family job, win Player of the Week. And now I looked at the ballot, I looked at the list, and I saw, like you said, a lot more deserving players than this kid Kurtz. But I said, Whamma, bro, I got you. And we stuffed the ballot box, so to speak, and he's walking away as a proud owner of this new bathing suit. So, was it an illegitimate win? Absolutely.
Who was he up against?
So it was, what we do is we have 3 players of the week every week. We do cards for all 3 of the winners, like a full pack of their own cards.
Okay.
And then I do a poll in our broadcast for the entire league to vote which of those 3 weekly winners gets the bathing suit. So that week he texted the entire league to vote for him, and I guess it built a lot of talk and speculation, and he ended up winning it. So JoJo.
How come you do it that way? Just curious. You give 3 players of the week, and only one gets a big.
So there's 3
Why don't you
fields.
just make one?
There's 3 matchups, so we do 1 player of the week per field.
Okay.
That way, there's 3 players of the week each week.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I was thinking you could do the same too, or whatever.
I don't like it.
There's 1 player of the week.
I don't like it.
Wait, what don't you like about it?
One player of the week, and it should not be voted on. That's it.
It should be stats
That's
indicated.
the term.
1 out of 84. That's it. No,
So I know, Yogi, I do 1 per night. I do that.
But you have a
the same thing.
schedule. It's different M&S because it's like not everyone's playing Sunday. Like there's 3 games going on Sunday. That's it. There's one.
I get it, but I mean, I can literally pick at the end of the week. It's the same thing.
But you have a staggered schedule where some people play 2 nights in a week, and then some guy doesn't play that
All right,
week.
thank you for making me feel better, Yogi. I appreciate you.
We do the same thing.
I'm
It's
trying
just
to
1
give
per
my
double
honest, raw opinion.
One
So
per
1 second
double
back. So you have 1 4-5 matchup, and what's the other matchup that's happening this week?
So the 4-5 plays the 1, and then there's the 2v3. So that's
Oh, the 2v3's already gonna play right
that's
away.
going to play each other in
They're
the
not waiting.
semifinals right away this Sunday.
How come you do it that way? Why don't you just have a bye? Why don't you just let them wait?
Why let them wait? Let's
Limited
get the games on.
fields?
It's a gorgeous day. Let's
So you
try to
get
get
limited
the,
fields.
try to get the game.
Okay, all right, get the games in.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
By the way, great mentality as a commish.
Definitely.
Get the games in.
Yeah.
That is like as music to my ears.
I don't want to roll into July and then the Brooklyn guys are all upset. It's a whole mishkabah.
That's also a thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 4-5 is Kai Piero.
It's Kai Pera, Mordy's
Kai Pera.
team versus Bedford Bombers. That's Albert Dweck's team.
I like that team.
Yeah, Albert Dweck won the batting title. It's my cousin. Albert
He had a
Dweck.
great year,
He
Albert
had a great
Dweck.
year. 26 hits.
Good hitter, that kid.
Yeah. So he's the captain.
Every time I see him hitting, I always hear a ping off his. Why is he using a metal bat for?
Yeah, he uses
Did
like...
he uses a $30 bat. Why,
Yeah.
Did anybody tell him that there's better technology out there?
It works for him though. He's like
Albert,
an
this is for
automatic
you.
hit.
I don't want to see you in the playoffs.
I mean, he won.
A
He
metal pin
won.
bat.
He won the batting title twice.
Well, he can hit bombs if he has a one of those.
Maybe he gets
monster bats.
off on that. Bing!
Maybe.
Maybe.
What are you doing?
I don't know what that
Edmonds, what's going on there?
Trying to end a little situation with my softball bag, trying to get it from one place to another.
Okay, Edmund, go back to sleep.
Go back to
Go back to
yes,
oblivion.
Kai Pera.
Yeah, so there's one more guy on Albert's team I want to highlight. Albert has a rookie pitcher who I think is a sensation who belongs in your league.
Oh,
It's a problem he's not in your league because he's really good.
Oh.
His name is Salim Kalouf.
Oh, Kaloof.
That's a good fastball, right?
Excellent.
You know they say
Excellent,
Kaloof.
yeah.
Kaloof. Kaloof is on fire. That's his theme song.
I never heard that.
Yeah, instead of the roof. Okay.
But yeah, he's a beast. He can pitch with speed, and he's getting better. His location. He struck me out.
I mean, bro, whatever.
But yeah, no, it was a fast pitch. I was expecting slower.
He looks pretty good, by the way. And he looks like he can throw strikes.
Can he control you? Can he throw strikes?
Swing. He can.
Does he
swing.
have Does he have bouts of the walkitis or no?
No. I mean, he'll get maybe 4 or 5 walks in a game. That'll be a lot. But that's not walking a runner from home. That's not walking the bases on him. That's not that bad. But I thought his speed was top tier speed, and his hitting was great. He hit 500. He had like 3 home runs. And
Wow.
he hits bombs, like deep bombs. So I was really impressed with this kid. I think he belongs in M&S for sure.
No, he's. Listen, I have a waiting list of 50 plus
Did he
people.
sign up this year?
And that's the thing. He didn't sign up.
The invitation.
You remember the
No.
urgency? The urgency I had when I texted you for JoJo Levy?
Yeah.
It's the same urgency. next year.
So I watched Jojo Levy hit versus this kid, and he had no success versus him. I think he popped up, struck out
When
once.
was that?
I remember watching one of his games. Guys were talking about Jojo Levy, and I wanted to take a look at him. Guys were saying he's a great bat. I saw a few nice swings, but then versus Kaloof,
I was actually more impressed with JoJo in the
he had a
field.
bad day, huh?
I was more impressed with JoJo in the field.
Is Jojo
Yes.
the kid that wears the brace on his knee?
JoJo's like 6'4".
He's a huge kid. And I watch him play short center a bit, and I watch him like take cutoffs, and I watch him like gun
He
guys
has
at
a
the
really
plate.
nice. He has a really nice swing too.
You know, he has a good softball head. I was actually impressed
Oh,
with
yeah?
him.
Yeah, he seems like a really fundamental, smart guy.
Sully Estes really likes him, and I
Athletic.
trust Sully Estes' opinion.
So I just
On
texted the
softball
chat. By the way, if you're not in the softball smack talk powered by the Chronicles, what are you doing? Let me know. I'll get you in. This is an evolving chat. It's not just M&S chat. It's an everything chat. Solely the kid just says, anyone playing an LBA that can do me a huge favor, please text me. Shut up, Solely. Shut up. Anyway, I love you, Sol.
Great.
Okay.
Okay.
Back to. Okay, wait. Your matchup. Your number one seed.
So the number 1 seed is the Monster Bowlers. That's Isaac Cohen's team.
Okay, one second. I'm
We'll have to talk
sorry.
about it.
How do you throw the last game of the season going for a perfect season? That is an abolishment. That is an embarrassment. That is.
And I put that on
What
Mark
do you mean by
Cohen's
throw
shoulders.
the game?
They
They
didn't
were
try.
11-0, and they were
Yeah.
facing the number 2 seed.
Okay.
Instead of going for a perfect season, which has been done before,
Yeah.
Joe who did it on the team that he ditched, by the way,
Yeah.
and it's been done before. Still, a perfect season is a perfect season.
What do you mean
I don't
they
care.
threw the game?
They put their center fielder at shortstop, and they put Mark Cohen at I don't know what happened. At the end of the day, Mordy Chrem won that game,
That's disgusting.
but it is an embarrassment and shame on you.
They thought they
And
were that good?
Who's
No,
that
they
on?
take it
Who's that
serious.
on?
They switched that whole field.
Is that on Mark or is that
They
on
put,
Isaac?
they put Isaac Miz at shortstop, I think, and they put the shortstop in the outfield. I don't know what they did. But
If there's
they,
any
who's their
basketball
shortstop?
is watching this and
I
wants to
believe
go
it's
off
Mo Levy.
IDF, let us know.
Mo Levy's
We'll set it
excellent.
up with
Another
her.
kid that's
Put you
Momo
guys
Lee,
on.
but the other Momo.
No, I'm saying?
Momo. Yeah,
I said
Momo.
IDF will put the matzo balls in the
Oh no, they'll echo them.
He was our rookie of the year last
course.
year. This kid Mo Levy.
I don't know if
Momo Levy. Not the same Mo Levy.
Different Momo Levy, right?
Yeah, he's excellent. He's also excellent. He's a big factor on that
They
team.
call him No Mo Levy. He's not Mo Levy.
No, he's
Okay.
different. He's short. He's
Cute.
younger kid, but excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
no Mo Levy. No Mo, you're on the list.
Yeah, you got to get him in there too. He's excellent. And then they have Mark Cohen, obviously. That's the Cy Young winner.
A lot
So
of guys.
Do you have something to say about Mark striking you out a couple of times this year?
Mark did not strike me out. I got one strikeout, and that was to Salim. And that was
Oh,
yeah.
Salim.
No, I'll admit it. No, Salim's great.
Salim's
No, but
great.
Mark, great. He had a great season. He had 45 strikeouts in 12 games pitched.
That's
So
not even
what do you say
possible.
about that? But he also had 63
When
walks.
did Navy ever have 45 strikeouts? When did Navy ever have 25 strikeouts in a season?
To me, it's not about the strikeouts. It's about the strikeout to walk ratio.
Yeah,
So-
that's the problem. That's the problem. So,
Is he walking guys this year? Mark?
63 walks compared to 45 strikeouts.
It's not
Who,
terrible.
Mark?
Yeah.
That's terrible, Hank.
It is?
How many innings pitched? 64 walks?
60 walks is not
Eighty-
No,
terrible.
it's less than a walk. It's less than a walk per innings pitch though.
That's terrible.
For him, that's an improvement.
It's a lot of walks.
It's good.
66 walks.
It's good for him.
It's like how many walks per game?
How many
Five
walks? How
per
many
game.
walks did Eddie Rary have this year?
You said 100 with playoffs.
That was
dude.
last year. That was last year.
He had 60, I think.
But,
This year?
Yeah.
But he's still 11-1, so he ended up getting Cy Young. He got popular vote. It was
Yeah, but
very
he was
tight.
so
actually.
dominant.
Cy Young was tied.
I had a lot too.
But you remember that year in the Brooklyn League in MSB
Yeah,
when he was with Major League
I do remember.
and he had
Yankee.
Archie and Itzkowitz and Yumi Grun and that crew, and they were awesome. And then they just bowed out in the playoffs and flamed out like an Iranian missile. It was hit by the Iron Dome. It was a disaster. I would really curious to see what happens this year.
Yeah, very curious. Sunday's going to be very interesting because they're facing off the two top. Not the two top teams. They're going to be sitting watching the number one team, and they're going to be facing against the 4v5. So the 4v5 matchup, that's the Sluggers, which is Joey Sakal and Ray Sakal together on the same team.
A-Day.
Against the Brooklyn Dodgers, which is Joey Batesh's team. That's a very interesting matchup.
Does Ray
also.
pitch or
That's
Joey?
JoJo Levy on.
One second. Does Ray pitch or Joey pitches?
So Ray pitches and Joey plays center field.
Wow.
I feel like Joey used to pitch.
No, so he did because I needed a pitcher in my last year doing the Brooklyn
He's
League.
just the last.
And I said, I need you to throw strikes. Oh, I can't do it. I said, throw strikes. And he did it, and he did a good job, actually. I was actually
Yeah.
pretty impressed with him.
I thought he was a good hitter too.
Yeah, he's a
Good
good player.
offensive
Yeah, I
player.
think-
He was, I think, through 4 weeks, was leading the league in hitting, and then he just fell off a cliff.
They're such boats, those kids.
Oh my god! I love when Ray has his chain
He
hanging
goes
out,
nuts.
and he like
He's
sits
worse
there.
than Jimmy. Like,
Oh my! He is it's a great comp.
yeah, it's very good.
Great comp. But yeah, the Sakals are good boys. We love
I love Risico.
love payday. Yeah, ball busters. He didn't pitch well
No,
against Edmund right there.
No payday?
Payday actually beat you,
he was bad. He was
Wait,
bad
is that
at
in the
balls.
last game we're talking
and I
about?
think you guys in the World Series both sucked. By the way,
Yeah.
you both pitched like crap.
Yeah, but I hit nice.
You
Had
did.
a couple RBIs.
Yeah, so
And then freaking Elliott dropped the ball and we lost.
Hazit little pop.
So
Saw
who
saw
else
my
is-
body flop like a freaking, I don't even know
Yeah.
what, like a pancake. I just, yeah.
Who else was on that Sakal team?
so
Joey
Sakal's
Ray.
team has Neil Shweckey also.
I love Neil Shweckey. Huge fan.
yeah.
Yeah, Neil Shweckey's. You know what they say about
My
Neil
favorite.
Shweckey? Neil Shweckey's a vibe.
I love Neil.
Yeah, he's a great guy, and he's actually really improved as a hitter. I think he finished second in batting title, second. So he's really improving. He's pulling the ball too. People think he can only hit
Who's that
opposite.
big kid? He's a fat kid.
Ellie Levy. Excellent.
I saw him hit a
Excellent.
rope ball to right center.
No, that kid could ball. He was on my
Going.
World Series team last year, the Hitman. He
No,
was
but
on
then I saw a ground ball hit to Neil Shweckey. I think Neil was playing short,
yeah.
and he wanted to flip it to second. But this big kid, what's his name again?
Is it the same good?
This,
so you
the
went
same
back
kid,
to back.
yeah.
Ellie Levy, the beast hitter.
The beast hitter.
Yeah.
So he's playing second, and he didn't move to cover the bag, so Neil had nobody to flip it to. And he's like, oh, I don't know, okay. Well.
Wait, so JD, you went back to back.
I went back to back. What do you mean?
Joe, who, and Hitman.
Yeah, I guess you could say, but Joe, who I didn't go to the World Series because I was playing.
He played
YMSL.
He played a regular season YMSL game instead of a World Series game.
I didn't pick up on that.
Edmund,
Oh.
you were on that team.
We shared
we were
Liverpool
teammates.
together.
Hammer, tell me real quick the origins of the nickname and tell me the full truth and all the truth of where the Hebrew Hammer came from.
I'm sick, he's still
That's from
no.
you.
Shut up! I want to hear it.
It comes from you.
That's right!
Yeah, it comes from you.
I invented that name.
I think he even went as far as to buy himself a necklace that had a hammer on it.
Pull it out.
Is
Pull it out.
still there?
No, not today. Not today.
Okay, so go back. We'll get back to this in a
Yeah, I
minute.
have it. But yeah, I was trying to get into M&S from when I was in high school.
He's just sent me his World Star clips in Israel hitting those bombs, and
I was very excited about you.
yeah, no, and I was like, "Who's this guy, Joey Dweck?" So I said, he's from doing this from Israel, DMing me. So I called him the Hebrew Hammer. It was just natural, and then he loved it. He ginned for it, and he's right here. Could tell you
Yeah,
that.
it was good stuff.
And then all of a sudden he ran with it. It became his name, and it's still they call him Hammer till today. So I think
The name Hank for me, you guys still have a machlekes.
it was me.
You and Mike.
Honey, it was when you were in M&S Minors, it was hammering Hank Adon. That's where I got it from.
I was never in M&S Minors.
Yes, you were the kids. Don't tell me you weren't.
Back then?
Yes.
When I was a kid?
When you were a
You
kid.
didn't call me. You didn't
Oh,
call me-
okay. Hammering Hank
You
Adon.
didn't call me. Not then. No. It was 20,
I'm used to this in my life. I get no credit for all of my geniuses, but it's okay.
Why are you not playing this year, by the way, in his league? You should be in it.
That's a great question.
It's,
Because you'd
Like
rather
how-
play in LBA, that's why.
No, whatever. It's a Night Seder thing.
He's got
It's
Night
really a
Seder
Night
there.
Seder.
He's got Night Seder, but the LBA night doesn't have Night Seder.
LBA, you can show up one night, miss the next week. It's more chill.
Yet you're there for 3
less of a-
consecutive
It's
weeks.
less of a commitment.
What does it mean? You played in LBA 3 weeks in a row. You're missing Night Seder 3
That's
weeks
true.
in a row.
I might miss next week.
But you're not.
I could.
But you're not.
you got any homers yet, LBA?
No homers in LBA. I'm scuffling.
Oh, by the way, I heard
I am scuffling.
I'm going to read a text of Rummy Rosenberg, who I know watches this show. Rosenberg, okay, my boy of Rummy.
Rami.
By the way, it goes, Hank also decided we got mercied last week, or LOL. Because by the way, the funny thing is, Uri pitched great, LOL. Then he texted me again at June 11th. Hank's team just lost to the same team he made fun of us to losing to verse. We had 9 guys with Uri pitching. They had their boys and Sal Assis. Ha 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 ha. I'm so happy right now.
Did he tell you that I popped up with the bases loaded?
He did not. I don't think he
Play
had to.
from me and LBA, Hank? We didn't?
No, we're playing them next week.
Oh, he's Bluestone. We beat him twice last year?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Anyway,
Oh.
I think we
that in
exhausted.
there.
No, not a rummy though.
I think Hammer, I love you to death, but I actually want to hear from Yogi in tomorrow's big matchup. I'm getting texted from Max Yadid right now,
What?
asking me is my catcher, who is also my catcher for the rest of the summer,
That's right.
divulging game plans for
Joined
tomorrow's
at the
game.
hip, and
I'm gonna
I
slide
will
over.
not divulge anything.
Just
That's
give me.
So first off, I heard that Yogi's been calling all of his teammates every day. One teammate.
You know about this?
I hear everything.
You know?
This is why he has a job. This is why he's got media
I'm
access.
just wondering how that phone call went with Ruby Shahibar. What were you guys talking about? How did that go?
So Ruby, all honestly, missed my call twice, which is acceptable. It's
Not
okay.
acceptable.
You don't have
Let me
to.
tune in for this.
You don't have to answer all my calls, but he did, text me on the side, and then we tried to pick up after that. But every teammate gets a phone call from me. We can do a little check-in, a little game preview, and 12 days. I think it's more actually. 12 days is a long time not to play softball in a competitive manner, and then jump into.
Is that going to hurt you guys? Is the question.
It's the same time, but it's the same time for the 61s.
Is that going to hurt them more than you? Well, that's the question.
We don't know.
Who's it gonna hurt?
until we play the game?
Did you guys do a scrimmage or something? Not with you, against each other, but
No, each guy has been to the fields, been to the cages, and getting work in. That's all.
Yeah, they're definitely not cold, those guys. I mean, Sam is on the field every single night.
Sammy, like you said, he lives at the field. He's a softball junkie.
I love Sammy.
And 90% of our guys, if not all of them, are softball junkies that just want to get back on the field.
Pretty cool. How often do you talk to Maxie Dean about your game plan?
so
How are you going to pitch Zach?
Me and Maxie D talk at least once a week, if not more.
At least once
Once
a
a
week.
day,
Come
honey.
on.
At least once a week.
Okay.
There's no chance you didn't speak to Max today for an hour about how are you going to approach pitching David Farker with the...
Sir, you were a
first-
catcher this year. Did you do that with your
Absolutely not.
Edward Herrera?
Which is why their
Which is
team
why we
sucked.
Which is why we suck. But we won.
You know how you got how what's his name was called out for not being a good shortstop because he wasn't vocal, and Uri called him out on the
Right.
Norman
Citron?
talk. Citron. That's what Hank's problem was as catcher right
Shut
now.
up.
He's
No,
not
shut-
vocal
shut
with
up.
his
Yeah,
pitcher.
dude.
Shut up.
You need to
Shut
have
up.
a rapport on and off the field.
You need it. And
That's what makes Yogi elite.
No, definitely not. Not elite, but that's what not every catcher and not every pitcher are going to gel. But you got to make it work that season.
Which is why Max literally made sure to get you in the M&S draft
Yeah,
because he has an obsession with you.
So I want to
He
tell
made sure my body's always with his body.
Okay then.
Okay, all right.
I am going to clip that.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, in previous years, Yogi has been drafted. Yogi had a very good 2022 season in the YMSL. What team were you on? In
Yada,
2022?
yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada.
Yada,
Awful,
yada.
yeah, awful team, but the one shining light on that team was actually Yogi. I think he batted like 550 with a lot of power.
5'13".
513. And
It's like Kushner pulling up his stats and highlights.
ever since then,
Spell right.
he fell off the face of the earth. I remember the following year, I was sitting and drafting with Ray Esses, Sammy Esses for Beast Mode, and I'm like, let's take Yogi to play catcher. And it was very early. It was like probably the 5th or 6th round.
No,
What was it?
KB.
It was
7th round.
It was
with Ike before.
it was early, but you were lingering around, and a guy that had so much success the previous year, like, hey, this guy's a no-brainer. We'll pick him and we'll put him at catcher. Meanwhile, I didn't even know in the back of Sammy Estes' head, he was picking his brother, Ray, to play catcher. You didn't even play catcher that year.
No.
You DH'd that year.
Yeah.
You were sitting with me on the bench DHing. I remember
Does that hurt your offensive game?
So I actually pushed
Yes,
Sammy.
you did.
I pushed Sammy, one second. I pushed Sammy that year
Yeah.
to take Ike.
Yes.
And that pushed me on the bench also.
Yeah.
So me and Yogi were sitting on the bench with banana hats.
Oh.
Okay? Yeah, bananas. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. And
That's great.
we were basically the cheerleaders for the team.
Yes.
And Yogi had a very bad year that year. Probably affected him the fact that he didn't catch.
That's what I'm asking.
The next year he came back, did not have a good year in 2024. I feel like
Terrible.
a lot of, like, the swing was there, right? But
The involvement
just
wasn't.
a lot of fly balls, a lot of bad contact,
Lunging. I was lunging.
a lot of lunging. and you saw the talent was there, it just never came out. And finally this year, being a very, very late draft, probably went in the 10th round. When did he go?
Yeah. Wow.
You were able to put it all together. You lost a bunch of weight. I don't know if that has a part of anything.
A lot of little things that you do
But
to
a lot of
affect this one.
a lot of stuff you did that you're going to tell us about right now that changed everything for you at the plate, and you can take a lot of credit for where this team ended up this year, because a guy that's going in the 10th round or 9th round and batting what you did, you had a much better year than I did, and I got picked 15. So you can see what type of steal that is for a team, and that's huge. And by the way, up and down, Big Red, there's so many guys that just played way above their baseball card, and that's how they went 8-2. Let's see if that can keep up throughout the playoffs. I think it is, but time will tell. I think Yogi's a real player, and I don't think he's going to go into a slump for another 2 years.
So
I really
Yogi,
hope not.
even though Yogi lost
One
a
second,
lot of weight.
shut up for a second.
No, one
Yogi.
second. Wait. Talk about his legs. Talk about his legs.
So even no, I'm not going to talk about his legs. We'll let him talk about his legs, but
Sure.
Yogi.
Go. It's definitely the last 2 years prior to Big Red. I think not being able to.
You didn't catch last year either, right? I think you got
Correct.
stuck with Ray S's last year too.
Correct. Love Ray S.
God.
Shout out.
My God! Shout out Ray.
I think.
By the way, Ray asked for this. By the way,
Reyes for what? This question?
He made fun of the Chronicles on the Fullboard chat, and I think he made some snarky comment about us doing the power rankings, and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna rank me 95th, and then tell me that." Don't feel bad. I'm not only talking about your softball play. Like, he made some stupid snarky comment.
You know what that means?
So he deserves.
He's an avid watcher. I'm happy to hear
Of
that.
course, he's an avid watcher.
Okay, so
And
that's
he's gonna be a guest on the show.
I'm sure, but once the summer hits, I want to let you boys know.
Nobody that has softball knowledge. Like
There's a
Ray.
waiting list.
There is, I already have it. It's like now that you're on the Chronicle chat, you can see. I think you can see it. I have a whole starred list of who is on the docket, and there is some real celebrities there in the softball world. So, you got in right before the big rush.
I am the rush.
Okay, so
There we
Yogi,
go.
tell us what you changed at the plate. You know, players that are scuffling now can listen and say, maybe I should incorporate that for myself.
Everyone's got to do what works for them. But there was a lot of little things that I credited to it. Nothing big. There's no big overhaul. Like you said, the swing was there.
The
but
swing didn't change.
It didn't change. No, number one, I think a certain percentage, minor percentage, not playing the field hurts. When you're a DH, and Hank, you could add to this, you're thinking about your at-bat. I was barely even watching the game that was on the field. Thinking about that at-bat and how shitty that strikeout or pop-up was. Instead of, I have to jump back into max. My focus this year is focus
Yogi,
on
why'd
max
you look at a hammer when you said strikeout? Was that intentional?
No. My focus this year is Max Dean. I need to lock in with him and make sure the pitch is thrown and where it needs to be and what the batter is, and I got to be into the game. I can't be thinking about it. I bat it.
Okay, interesting.
Whatever happens, happens.
Hook 'em horns, my friend.
On that, yes.
Besides for the mental aspect,
That's the mental.
yeah,
Losing weight definitely helps.
it helps you.
It hurts
swing.
your power, but it helps you swing.
It helps you swing. Your body's just more athletic, and your bat gets around.
How did you lose it? You did
One
the
second.
shot? Wait a minute, how'd you
No
lose your weight?
shots. Everyone who
second.
thinks I did Ozempic, I did not do Ozempic.
Yeah, if he did Ozempic, then his tuchus also would have
Yeah.
shrunk.
So wait, what did you do? How did you lose
Nothing, just eating correctly.
it? Hank, shut up. I want to hear this.
If you want my diet, text me.
No, I want it right now.
It's basically keto light.
I want it right
It's all
now.
protein, no carb.
No carbs. You basically
Wow.
did Atkins/keto.
Yes, correct.
And you're saying just the fact that you lost weight is helping you in the batter's box without working out a single bit. I'm not talking about batting cages. I'm talking about
He's a
lift-
big guy. He's a
I'm talking
strong
about
guy.
lifting weights.
I'm telling you, everything's a minor change.
If you lose
but
weight, you lose muscle.
No, he's a big
lot
guy.
of
He's a
minor
big guy.
changes help.
Were you
A lot of minor changes.
Were you in the weight room in the off season at all? Were you doing agility
very limited,
workouts?
Very limited.
Very
I'll be
limited.
honest, very limited.
You're telling me that the fact that you lost weight helped you in the batter's box
Yes.
be more athletic.
Yes.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Correct.
Okay, so
and
all
on the
you
catcher,
fat
by the way,
guys out there.
on the catcher side, when I used to catch 100 pounds ago, I couldn't feel my legs for the next 3 days.
Okay, interesting.
But it helped. There's definitely
Less
a
weight
difference this year.
on your knees.
That definitely less weight.
Okay.
And then I actually went to a heavier bat this year.
Wow.
I went to a heavier bat.
How many
I
ounces?
was using 27 for my whole career. I went to 28. I think next year I'm going to go to 29.
Whew.
Just a little
Wow.
inside info.
Does that mean you're going to go the other way a little more, probably?
I think it keeps his bat
Maybe
back
it keeps
a
my
little
bat
more.
back. It's natural, and little things in the box, where I'm standing, where I'm going, where I'm thinking.
This is professional.
Very interesting. Like I like Yogi, by the way. You
Minor
go to
changes.
KJ. Yogi has been at KJ every single week, 2 times a week, even in the off season, October, November. He's always there. He's always putting in the work. Are you still going to KJ?
Truth is not as
Stop.
much as I used to.
Maybe that's where your success is coming from.
No, I would never say that. I actually think it helps the cages, but I just don't have the time. There's really no time to get to the cage.
But I think that proves that it's not about going to the cages. It's about making those minor adjustments, using your head.
It's about confidence, dude.
It's very complex. Hitting is a very complex thing. Going into slumps, getting out of slumps. It's a story of my life.
You have to stop going swinging for the fences. I think you're saying.
So what do you think you think that's my issue? I'm trying to swing for the fences.
Go take a whole double header and say
Okay.
I'm going to hit everything
On the
as a
ground.
ground ball.
Okay.
Everything as a ground ball.
Not spin drifting.
Everything
Correct.
as a ground ball. If you go over, I promise you it'll help your swing.
Well, you're sloping right now?
You slow.
He's just pop up happy.
Well,
It's
it's
weird, 'cause
You're
I'm
used to
having-
the M&S field. He's used to this LBK,
Oh, you know what-
LBA. He wants to hit one over.
Yogi, you know what's great?
Forget about it.
Big Dax, that his swing is tailored for M&S Fields.
Yes.
He's not playing M&S.
Right. Right. And you're not invited to the home run derby.
Is there a
course
home run
not.
derby? What's the gas with that?
There is, we'll get to it. Oh, by the way, this next segment is brought to you by G&G Realtors. G&G really bring community together. Call Milo Sutton. She still has some last minute rentals available. I know it sounds crazy, but there's a lot of last minute people all around the area, Deal, Long Branch, you name it. She's got the listings in the back of her palm, and there are some gorgeous houses available to buy for all you people that are moving to Deal and in the Deal area. She is the best, and I'm not just saying that because she is my mom. She is literally the best. One of the people, it's funny, told me, Louis Patesh called me up because we're in the middle of, I shouldn't say this on the camera, but we're in the middle of doing a few commercials for the sponsors. But Louis said, by the way, your mom sold my daughter her house, and she was great. She's way cooler than you.
You said the story already?
Shut up! Shut up!
Don't.
Shut up!
Oh my
Just
God.
get darker?
Yeah.
Guys,
tornado.
we're in a tornado right now.
Oh, okay, if this is the last episode,
Holy shit.
and if this phone is found on the side of the highway, oh my God, there's a cow!
No,
There's a
the
cow!
car's moving.
There is a cow. It's like Twister. There's like things. What happened?
Scares you.
Okay, by the way, we may have to press
dropping
stop
them
on
off
this.
at 105.
What's the address here?
Holy cow! Okay,
Holy cow.
this is scary.
And maybe slow down.
By the way, while I'm talking sponsors, while we're in a windstorm that we may die, this may be the last sponsorship opportunity I ever will do. We also have the TAB card by Yusuf. You can save on your tuition with this simple card. You attach your bank account, swipe on selected stores, and guess what? Not only can you manage your wives and children's spending and your spending, you actually can take that spending and apply it towards your own children's tuition. It's a win-win-win. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you? No, I'm not. I'm serious. It's an amazing, amazing hack that Sammy Esses, you can go talk to him and more about it if you want to sign up your store or even want to get your own card. It's free. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So I feel like we touched upon a lot on this car ride. We are approaching the sweet spot. We're just under an hour. Edmund, you wanted to talk at all, or are you just silent?
Talk.
Yeah, I mean,
Get your head in there.
We were supposed to have
I
it.
guess.
Hold on one second before.
Hold on, it's first of all, it's a 1 minute uninterrupted, no?
No. You're not the primary
You're not
guest.
the
Okay,
Right,
okay. I'll say a few things. First of all, knowing JD, we're very good friends, and if you're watching this and you don't play in any leagues, you should definitely sign up for BKS because Hammer puts in so much time, so much work into the league. It's really crazy to see. He sends me every little thing that he does, and it's great. And then I have to my right of me, two to the right of me, Yogi, the man who dropped the bomb in Stratton right here.
Never call
Nah,
Edmund.
I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Talk about his mic'd up situation.
I mean, so Yogi didn't really know much about it. I mean, he just dropped it because I guess that's what you do.
How did that segment come about?
I texted Yogi the night before because Uri called me and Uri said, just giving you a heads up, tomorrow's going to be bad. There's going to be some content.
Who said that?
Uri.
Oh, okay.
So I immediately texted Yogi and I said, Yogi, how bad is it? And he's like, Edmund, I don't even know what you're talking about. So from someone that really didn't know what was going on in the clubhouse, I guess, it looks fine.
Listen,
But
you saw that there was some
beef.
gays.
it's not even beef. It's over with.
Okay.
Everyone's trying
By the
to...
way, I want to call out a few people while we're on this topic.
Whoa.
Edmund, you are let's put it mildly, a pussy. You had an opportunity to come on and really let it rip, and you held back.
I
And
held-
you bit your tongue.
Yeah.
And no offense, it was good. It was nice. It was controversial. But, meh.
Yeah, I
Can
mean...
we talk serious for a second? As someone who clipped the video, I had no idea what was going on in the video until everyone had to
Yeah,
put
like
their
I
story
said.
out.
Well, wait, I'm in the middle of calling people out.
It
Wait.
just looked like, okay.
Wait.
They were unhappy with the small
Uri-
detail, and they moved on and played the game.
Wait, Uri went on with Norman last week on that Friday conversation.
Uri.
And Uri also, pussy! Are you joking me?
So, I don't know.
Politically correct. What's wrong with you people?
I respect Takeover and I respect Mo Haber, and that's it. I just, no reason to bash or keep it.
Now, I'm not bashing. I'm saying
I
speak
know,
from
but
the heart.
situation, everybody has their own opinion, but at the end of the day, I wasn't the captain. I would have done things differently, but, I had to focus on pitching and pitching only, and obviously I knew making a whole scene at the field saying, well, why, it's going to cause a whole chaos and ruckus that you don't
All
need.
right, a tree just got
And that's
uprooted
it.
on the highway, by the way.
Crazy. I don't know. So we're not playing tonight.
Yeah. By the way, wait. LBA still did not cancel
By
yet.
the way, shout out to A.B. Dweck. I reached out to him earlier today. I said, is there a chance that we're playing Lakewood? He said, after 6:30, it's going to rain. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to play. Look what time it is. It's 6:39.
I mean, AB also,
Guys,
and
he's
AB
ridiculous.
also is an avid Chronicle viewer.
Yeah.
And you know what? I may even drop the AB Dweck, quote unquote, weatherman Chronicle jingle. He made his own. He submitted his own.
Yeah.
And it is cringeworthy as it gets. And I may drop it on this episode if I have a few minutes to edit. And also, Jack Reuben Beebe will be giving over a special Chronicles knockoff song on the outro, which we're going to be playing right about now. And I am turning this thing off at 1 hour and 1 minute. I hope you enjoyed. Yogi, you have any last words?
Well,
Fun. Hammer, any last words?
thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to a great M&S season. And
By the way,
BKS World Series.
honestly, before you turn it off, I remember calling out Saban's pick of Hammer. When did he pick you? 40 something, right?
Yeah, he picked me early. I got a lot of flack. Yeah,
You didn't get a lot of flack. Saban got a lot of flack from
yeah.
me.
I heard about it. Yeah.
And then I saw that you posted how much better of a player you were than me.
Then you?
Yeah.
Before we go.
I didn't.
Without a
Then
doubt.
you?
Whoa, I gotta say something.
I didn't put that.
You and Yadid had beef.
We'll talk after.
You and Yadid had beef.
There's no beef.
Okay.
Talk right now. You gotta talk
You and Yadid had beef.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, yes.
Yes.
Max indeed, yes.
All right, this is how we're gonna end the show.
What happened?
So on the chat,
Not my boy.
Saban wanted to motivate. What happened? Say the story again.
Do I have to say? You say it.
You say it. I want to hear your version of it.
Basically on the captain's chat, right? Was it on the captain's
Yes, it was on the M&S Captain's chat.
chat? So what happened?
I'm trying to remember.
So Maxie D said something about Hammer stinking and not being good, and
He shouldn't
every
have
time he faced him, he struck out, or
Right.
it popped
Yeah.
up, whatever. And doesn't see what Saban sees in Hammer and all that. And Saban, to motivate Hammer, went
And sent him
like
every
a total
message.
ick day,
It was
sent
one
them
voice.
all the messages. It was one voice note. I think it was just to motivate you, because like, I don't know, he said you were like a little bit down about your performance in the field or whatever.
Ooh, what? Nah.
Something like that.
Well, we're going to give you an opportunity to defend yourself right now. And all I know is that sparked a war on the,
Smack talk.
at the time, M&S Smack Talk, now Chronicle Smack Talk which is a league-wide community smack talk chat. And there was a public beef. It was ugly. There was things that were said, and I don't know why you went there so fast, Hammer. And Maxi D felt slighted, and he left every chat at that moment. And you guys, from what I heard, kissed and made up on the side. However, what happened, Hammer?
There was no beef. I got forwarded this voice note, and he sent this voice note. This guy sucks. He strikes out every time, and if his name wasn't Hammer, he'd be a last round pick.
It's a great line, by the way.
That's what he said. That's exactly what he said. It was like 10 seconds the whole time. So forwarded in this broadcast.
But by the way, it was out of context. By the way,
you claim that. That's a separate topic.
It was out of context.
I got clips. And I've seen it.
Yeah, it's out of context.
Struck me out every time.
And we know you sent the videos of you hitting him.
You privately. I didn't put it back out there. But what I did was, when I got the voice note from Save On privately, I said, why am I getting this from my captain privately? If this guy was a man, he would put it in the Smack Talk chat. The chat's called Smack Talk.
I wasn't even in that chat, by the way.
I didn't know that. Whatever. So I forwarded it in the Smack Talk chat just so like if you're, and I wrote, if you're a man, you would put this here, let everyone see it.
It was rough.
No, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all.
It was rough.
Nah, I've been bad.
Hammer, it was bad.
That's not bad. I'm gonna see him and say what's up. It's no big deal.
Okay, it was bad.
No, you guys made up afterwards. I think Max.
No, there was nothing bad. It's whatever.
He got upset at Save-On for a second, but they made up.
Everyone
no
got mad at Save-On.
Okay,
Everyone was like, Save-On's a dick for forwarding it to me. And meanwhile, whatever.
Stop for a second. I'm bored of that story right now. Sorry. The LBA didn't cancel last time, and it was pouring.
Right now.
Did they cancel or not?
No.
They didn't cancel yet?
Yes, he said not
Could
yet.
you talk to me about the debacle last time?
This looks like the second iteration of the Mabul right now.
Yeah, you can't even see, bro.
This is insane.
Wait, tell me what the debacle happened last time with their non-cancellation.
They didn't cancel the games. I think it was Sammy Cerruti team. They showed up to the field, and I think like a half hour into it, hey, we're not playing. There's too many puddles. They're like, what the hell?
Why didn't you cancel the game?
Canceling the game at 8:30, and long story short, they got Shimon Friedman's credit card, or as you would like to say, the Mitos hot dog cards.
Mitos hot dog cards.
Bun, and they got free dinner from Bun, but they did not put softball. That was pretty bad.
So yesterday, by the way, we rained out yesterday on opening day, and the real reason why we rained out wasn't because of the forecast. It was because the field was so damaged. And maybe it could have got fixed with about maybe $800 of diamond dust. But there were still going to be puddles. And if you want to have opening day, you do it the right way. Especially because it's still June. And we also have another date on calendar for this game built in as a rain date. We did that. So it was a no-brainer for us. We don't want to have opening day like being all nasty. But either way, I said I'm going to hang up about 5 minutes ago. I think we're going overtime. Hour and 7 minutes. Hope you all enjoy this specially crafted outro by Jack Ruben Beebe, and another episode of Chronicles in the books. Enjoy, brothers.
All the Chronicles with Hank. Sam is right here in the car. SY softball Hanky makes you feel like a star. The hammer's dropping BKS. Segments talking bananas. Yogi shouting YMSL. Out of control. Pure mayhem. Hear the laughter. Unhinged and non-stop disaster. Sometimes it's just